YouTube, what is up with y'all today? This is Nail Goodfella Nail here with another sneaker video. Now, this one's going to be different. The rubric I use doing this was actually kicks that came out and most of it sat, which is not too much of a bad thing, or they was hyped up at first and then they kind of just like dwindled once they came out. Like so with this, I probably might have a part 2 because it is a few more kicks as I was looking over my collection physically versus trying to think them up like how I tried to do most of this list of stuff I had. It's probably another good 3 more, so I might as well just make another whole 5 for part 2. But let me know if you guys like this down below, and also chime in y'all 5 or 3 that y'all believe that was just overlooked or underrated rather, that you have in your collection. Because I'm about to say, man, like, quite sure in a general sense it's a bunch of sneakers that was like, or at least Jordans rather, that was overlooked or just slept on, that was like fire and just underrated really. So first thing first, now initially, well really after I got this is now also too, warning, I didn't want this to be like an actual like countdown, but I'm just saying the numbers just to keep count, just to, you know, keep everything uniform. It's not really from greatest to least and all that stuff, so just please know that. I wanted to get the shadows as well. YouTube, wait, whoa, hold up. This just an edit right here. You know what, I kept talking about Jordan 10 so much, the Jordan 10 shadow particularly, that I was just like, I might as well just actually show it, you know, instead of trying to do like this round 2 thing or whatever. But this is like one of the most underrated Jordans in my collection. That was from before. Obviously you guys can see the difference. A little bit more cleaned up, but yeah, and I was just shooting a lot of those videos on the fly. But anyway, y'all get the point though, guys. It don't got to be a Hollywood movie. But the Shadow 10 is number 5 to me. The quality is immaculate. Look, people was actually missing this sneaker for a while. Now, I first retroed them probably about like 08, 09 or something like that in the countdown pack or whatever that was, and it actually had the 23 on the side. Now, when these came out again, these sat. And this is one of them sneakers that you could definitely pick up, even probably maybe for a slight discount. I do believe that the Seattle 10s was a little bit more sought after than these to a certain degree. So I would vote this out of most 10s, like probably one of the most underrated, because it's kind of like whatever, right? Just an all black. But it's definitely a classic Flying Flame sneaker. Going along the lines of like that Charcoal 9, but you know, even though they call this the Shadow 10, it's almost kind of like a Charcoal 10, but whatever, right? The quality on here was definitely cool, especially to be a GR. Not bad. Finger swiping suede. I liked it. Almost damn near picked up double the pair, but just wasn't really worth it. But one pair is cool with me. Definitely Flying Flames. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments as well. And Shadow 10 for my number 5. Craftsmanship there. You can wear this practically with almost anything. Well, anything really, not even almost, because it's a black and gray sneaker. So got that pop of red in the back. Next shoe came out with that city pack, but they didn't come out with the original city pack. I think that kind of hurt them because those colors wasn't really the best. But the original city pack, had they actually came out with the full lineup, I think people would have took to that a little bit more better, like the Sacramento 10 as well. So, you know, like that's hyped right now, right? Because it's not out. But once upon a time, the Shadow 10s was hyped too, because those weren't out. Next sneaker, the Jordan 5 International. At one point, I was actually calling this the Jordan 5 Unite, but no, it's the International. Now this one came out with maybe 2 other sneakers. It was some 3s that was red, white, and blue, and there was another pair of kicks as well. But to me, these was the best ones to me. Like this whole kind of like Knicks orange in a way. Now this is obviously based after the time that Jordan actually played across seas against that Italy team, and he had the blue and orange on. Pictures is kind of blurry. I don't think it's no super HD quality ones, but I think he might have broke the backboard or something like that. So I think that's what this is symbolizing right here, if I'm not mistaken. But nevertheless though, correct me in the comments too, because the history on this is kind of blurry, but I do know he was overseas and this was the team colors that he was rocking over there as well. So This whole off-white color, these kind of set too. You know, this wasn't nothing that people like rushed to. It's kind of almost the same fanfare as the Nick 3s, which definitely is a fly sneaker to me as well. It's just one of them things where I think maybe more people rock with the easier colors, hence why the Panda Dunk is like restocked a million times a day, you know. But that sneaker is probably selling a lot because it's easy to wear. Jordan 5 International, slept on. I like the sneaker, man. Fly and flames, man. I'm actually about to rock this pretty soon. You might see this in the sneaker rotation soon. We have the Jordan 1. Yes, yes, yes. And with this one, this is like the best wheat Jordan. They came out with that rookie jacket Jordan or whatever. Those look okay, but I feel like these look a little bit better because it's a little bit more dressy like. You got that suede all over. It's definitely finger swiping. A lot of people, I've seen people abuse these kind of set for a minute. And to be honest with you, this is before the Jordan 1 hype got super outrageous. So with these, this is definitely scream lifestyle with that nice finger swiping suede. Definitely a slept on sneaker. I feel like you can kind of like wear most of it I feel like you can wear most of this year round. Particularly the fall is probably where most people probably start bringing out the wheats. Winter. But I wouldn't get it wet or anything because this seems like that premium suede that's just like, it's so soft. Like even the finger oil on here, like you can see it almost. Let's not forget the gum bottom, and it's also like a translucent sole. Like, this is crazy, man. I don't see how people like slept on this, you know. But these sat as well on shelves for a minute. The people that wanted to get them got them, and I don't know, man. It could have just been a color blocking thing. I mean, from a distance, it's probably look plain, but when you actually dress these up, man, classic, classic. If these re-released today, I do believe they would probably sell out. During the Jordan 1 run hype, I do believe that these definitely would have moved way quicker. So, the Jordan 1 Harvest Wheat Fly. This is probably like my favorite wheat Jordan, really. Next up, the Animal Instinct joint. Yes, yes, yes. I like this sneaker, man. To me, this is like, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it, Grail status to me. These came out, these sat. Now, to give the buying public some credit, these did come out around December, and it was like after Christmas, but before the new year or around the holidays or something like that. And everybody was trying to get the 11s. I don't know if it was the Bread 11s that just dropped in or the Concord 11s, one of those. But this was a few years ago. And yeah, man, definitely a sneaker that was slept on. I don't know how, I don't know why. Everybody know MJ is an animal on the court. They was quick to get the Black Panther 4s and all that stuff. It's like, if he truly an animal, this is like definitely showing it. But what I think though, not a lot of people can wear this stuff. You know what I mean? If they don't know how to dress it up, they call it derogatory names and stuff like that. But all in all, if you got the sauce for it, man, I definitely suggest you rocking this. This is more of a luxury based sneaker because, you know, you got the animal furs and stuff like that. So that's a little bit different, or a lot of bit different compared to, you know, the typical Jordan. We always going with the red, white, and black. He didn't even switch the lifestyle colors on this. He just literally went with whole animal swatches or whatever on this sneaker, and it's definitely flying flames. Now, this one was the killer right here, and it didn't come with this red lace. I actually put the red lace in for obvious reasons. If he's a carnivore, you know, you got the blood. It's always blood on the court. You know how he do. He up there crossing people, and yeah, they battling to the death with that. So let me know what you guys think. Now, you know, we're looking at these sneakers years later. A lot of these sneakers years later. That was another thing too. That was another thing too why I wanted to do this video, was because what do y'all think about these sneakers now? If you were even in the sneaker game then when these dropped, or the other sneakers dropped, how did they age? Did you just forget about them? You could live without them? Hence why these is underrated in my collection, because most people can live without these, right? Comment because they just need the red, white, and black joints, right? And maybe a few other lifestyle colorways. But this is one of the once in a lifetime kind of like sneakers as far as colorway go. Yeah, they can patch and mess with the other colors and stuff like that, but nobody's throwing zebra and stuff on everything and cheetah and all that, you know. So, and that would get kind of boring if they did keep doing that. But this one was perfect timing. As far as like what I think about it aging, as far as it like style wise, I definitely think this has been nothing but classic, because I think when these do or did restock later, they actually sold out. So this is the last one right here, my number one, the top 4 Jordan 4. Now, man, if you was in the sneaker game at least since 2020, you already know how this went. These actually sat. Yes, believe it or not, these actually sat. These aged real well. Now people like these, especially since like the 4s is probably gonna be that it Jordan model all of a sudden. Now that the 1's kind of like wearing out. Let me know what you guys think about these. These is going for a little, probably pretty penny. I haven't checked lately, but I've heard they were. And was it months ago before the decline in the sneaker resale? These were actually selling for a little something nice, as it should, because you know this sneaker is no longer in production. But and a lot of people probably just looking for them in general. Now with the 4s coming back on the rise, I do believe these will actually go up even more in price. And I'm not saying that to be some like resell or anything. It's just natural part of the sneaker game. When a sneaker haven't been out in a while, and you know the supply is not really there, they usually go up, and the demand goes through the roof, obviously. So these, when they first came out, that's all I'm talking about. When they first came out, not too many people really wanted them. I think a lot of people just didn't too much care for them. So it was actually a chance you can actually swoop these up for a deal in 2020, and I did that. I like them, man. You know, it wasn't just some stuff just because it was, you know, the deal. The deal was a plus, but I was like, man, those look so hard. And you know, it was one of the things where I was trying to see how low I can go with it, as far as price as well. Just the FYI, if I can save as much as I can save, then great. And it was one of them things where the sizes was being bought up, and this was one of the last few sizes, and I was just like, yeah, let me just pull the trigger so I can actually have my pair. Now I got a bonus, because that was my number one. This right here, and the reason why I made this an honorable mention or a bonus was because, to be fair, this was not released as a guy sneaker, but I feel like this is also one of those underrated sneakers in my collection as well, or underrated Jordan rather, if it's worth it or anything. And even what you think about this round of Jordans as well. But Olivia Kim actually did these joints, and like I said, again, I know you guys, you got like the size 12, size 11 feet or something like that. You kind of was like, anybody over the size 10.5 in men really didn't have no luck with this sneaker. I barely made it, you know, because I'm like that 9.5 to a 10. They might have had one more that was like slightly bigger for maybe if you had wore a size 11, but as you know, when it comes to women's sizes, the higher the sizes go, the harder they are to get. I pulled the trigger on these. This is one of the first, not first, but one of the very few sneakers that I actually paid resale for, and I just did it because I knew in time that this kind of sneaker, the price will rise. Now, luckily they actually dropped the GR Black Panther joints, and you know, those just the regular joints with the nubuck, you know, or Durabuck on it, and without the fur. And this is one of the things that I definitely liked about this sneaker, was the fact that it had the bovine fur. Olivia Kim did these right. You also got the Nike Air on the back, definitely flying flames. And then just when you think about the whole animal pack thing, like I just said about the Jordan 3, he's an animal on the court. Definitely he was an animal with these on too, the whole Black Panther and all that stuff. Let me know what you guys think. What is y'all top 5 underrated Jordans in y'all collection? What do y'all think about mine? Can't wait to see you guys in the comments. I got more content on the way. I got a sneaker rotation coming this weekend. Peace. It's either gonna drop Sunday or Monday. Stay tuned. Sunday or Monday, one of them. I'm out.